Hi everyone, welcome to Inspirational Vine Convos with Alicia. First off, let me thank everybody who's already subscribed, who shared, who liked, who commented, and those who of you who called me or just sent me a small text message just to give me some encouraging words to continue on with this particular channel. So I'm very thankful and very grateful for that as well. So you guys, this is a little unusual for me to actually start this way. I had something completely planned out. Well, when I say planned out, I had another actual video that I was going to upload today, but something was going on with my computer. Something was just happening, and I knew I had a long day ahead of me, and it was just one of those days where you're just like, wow, thinking about all the little things that can go wrong. They went wrong today, and I was getting really frustrated, and I didn't have a lot of sleep last night, so I was really in an irritated mood already, and I almost became quite discouraged. Thinking all these negative things like, why did I even start this channel? And now part of starting this channel is be accountable and uploading things or um, you know making different pages, whatever it may be. This is some level of work, but um, instead, what I did choose to do is to just stop with negative thoughts that I was, giving myself. Like, I should have never did this, and I'm feeling overwhelmed because of not necessarily because of this, but some other things that were happening at that particular time. And it's so interesting because the devil knows little smallest little things that can get you into some type of cycle, and that you'll just keep going to that cycle. But this time I chose something different. I chose God. And what I mean by that is I stopped and I prayed about it, and I listened to some music. I thought about all positive things. I thought about alternatives like what I'm doing right now, and said, you know what? Maybe sometime today I'll get a brief break um, to try again, to do something different. I somewhat kind of did, kind of like maybe a little bit right now. I'm like in between me actually going back out. Going back out to do more work. I had to just take a very brief stop to get me something to eat. It was my first time eating today. I was like, I gotta eat something. Maybe I need some energy, to kind of settle me down. So I decided I'm gonna get something to eat. And you know what? I'm just gonna go with it. Nothing has to be perfect. I definitely had something that I wanted to share more on for this inspirational vine topic, but I guess we're gonna have to figure that out on a different time. But it soon will come. What I wanted to upload today, but I did say, what I can stop in to do is still be able to speak God's word, because one thing that I have learned is that God's word, it never changes. His message is always the same. And I said, Alicia, no matter if you can upload that video, this video, whatever it may be, God's word never changes. So you can make room for God and be able to speak to others, because perhaps someone needs to hear it. Someone needs to receive it. And like me, sometimes when I was just frustrated this morning, I needed to hear from God, and which I did, and He spoke to me. And what I briefly wanted to be able to do is just go over a little bit, why I started this channel. One of the reasons why I started this channel was because I was actually reading in John, and one of the as I said in some of my prior videos, one of the verses in John and chapter 8 verses 12 says, I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me will never walk in darkness, but will have the light of life. And I thought, wow, that is so amazing, because God is my light. He is my source, and I'm His resource. And then I went a few chapters ahead in chapter 15, verses 1 and 2, where it says, I am the true vine, and my Father is the gardener. He cuts off every branch in me that bears no fruit, while every branch that does bear fruit, He prunes, so that it will be even more fruitful. And I thought, that is so good. That is so good to my soul, because in essence, what it's really saying there is that we need to stay connected to Jesus, because without Him, what are we really going to do? We will be a ship without a sail. We would have no guidance. We wouldn't know where we would be going. In fact, if you go a little further down in that same chapter of John, chapter 15, verses 5, I'm going to read it from my Bible, but it's also behind me there. But verse 5 says, I am the vine, and you are the branches. If you remain in me, and I in you, you will bear much fruit. Apart from me, you can do nothing. So think about it. Apart from Jesus, apart from him, he is the true vine. And apart from him, we can do nothing. My Father is the gardener. God is the overseer. He is the one who takes care of everything. He's the one that increases, makes things grow. And it's important for us to be able to stay connected to Jesus so that we can mature, so that we can grow. Just like this morning, usually I would let something, these little minor things overwhelm me so much that I may have been just unhappy just throughout the day, just these little things, I just kind of, maybe I just would have just gone about my day, but on the inside, my spirit wouldn't have felt very happy. But it's the small little things that help me out by just talking to God, meditating, and listening to some music. And later on, I started getting like these little messages. Like I got a message from my mom. She called me and she just kind of checked in on me. I got a message from my aunt, and she was just telling me about her day. And these little things that kind of help you out throughout your day. So what I want to do, just quickly get on to ask everybody, how do you stay connected to the vine? Perhaps you're having a really bad day, or something's going on in your life. Maybe you're feeling overwhelmed, you're feeling upset, angry about something. How do you stay connected to Jesus? Is it through prayer? Is it through studying and reading? Are you connecting with somebody else maybe, and you're doing more of a group prayer, or perhaps you're writing, whatever it may be. How do you stay connected to the vine yourself? Do so by just sharing in the comment section. You just never know who may be listening, who may be needing that support of how to stay connected to Jesus even in a world of darkness. Was like that verse said in John chapter 8, when Jesus is speaking there, he's saying that I am the light of the world. I am the light, and we're in such a world full of darkness and noise that sometimes we need to just pause for a minute. Just pause and make room for Jesus. And it's really, really hard, because even I thought today, I said, you know what? Why in the world did I make this channel? I'm trying to incorporate some other things in my life. And this is also helping me stay connected to the vine, because it's increasing me to read a lot more and to study his word and have an understanding of it. And I'm very appreciative, because I get to share what's on my heart and what God has called me to do, to give some word of inspiration, just a word of encouragement. That's what this channel is all about. And I definitely will be uploading at some point in time soon, and going towards one of my next topics, which is more on this verse and some other verses in the Bible, but also little stories that I like to share with you also. I hope you guys are having a really good day. And I'm hoping you drive home safely, traveling mercies to wherever you may be going to, and God bless you. All right, remember to stay connected to the vine. Okay, bye guys.